everybody, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any more of my videos. Don't worry, I'll give you a second before I get started. Okay, you're done? Okay, awesome. So today I just want to show you all a tutorial on how to do bantu knots. And before I get started, I just want to explain to you what bantu knots are. They are a protective style in which you knot your hair around itself, hence the name bantu knots. It's a perfect alternative for those naturals who sometimes get tired of doing just a regular twist out and want a little different look, a little more texture. As you can see, that's what I have today. So this is my first day out of my bantu knot style. Of course, as the days go on, it drops. I prefer bantu knots after a few days because I can kind of really funk them up and put them into a mohawk, and it just gives it a different texture and a different look. And don't worry if you're not a natural girl, you can still do this style with relaxed hair or naturally straight hair. It's the same technique. Well, I'm going to show you two different techniques, and I'll tell you which technique works best if you have straight hair versus curly hair. And of course, it won't be this type of a style when you do it, but it will also give you a wonderful texture and wave that'll be something different than using a traditional flat iron or hot tool. So let's get started on this tutorial.
Okay, I am starting on freshly shampooed and deep conditioned hair, and I've already twisted up the back. So what I'm going to show you now is the first bantu technique. This technique you can use on naturally straight hair or chemically relaxed hair. And all you do is section off into about a quarter size section and roll the hair around itself. Just keep twisting and twisting and twisting until it gets tight at the root. Once it's tight at the root, you continue to wrap the hair and twist it with your fingers, wrap it around itself until you form a little knot at the base of your hair, and then you'll just tuck the ends. So again, you separate into a small section, finger comb through like I'm doing if you're a natural girl, and just twist the hair around itself. Now if you're using technique number 1 on straight hair, it will not give you a curl, but it will give you a wave, something close to a beach or body wave, and just a little bit of texture so that you don't have to put any heat to your hair. I would suggest before you begin twisting to put a little bit of mousse on your hair just so that it can hold the texture better. And just to let you guys know, I did use the lock method to go ahead and moisten my hair and to put the product on my hair before I started doing my bantu knots. If you do not know what the lock method is, go ahead and click that little link up there. It'll take you to my video that explains the lock method and why it's important, especially for my naturalistas. So now let's move on to technique 2. This technique gives you a lot of texture because you start with your hair as if you were to do a twist out. So you go ahead and twist it into however big sections you like, and then you roll the hair just as you do in technique 1 and wrap it around itself. Now remember that when you are twisting and rolling the hair to get it into your knot, make sure you're rolling it in the same direction that you twisted it, or else you will kind of unravel your twist. So when you look at them, they look pretty much just like technique 1, except for technique 2 gives you a little bit more texture for natural girls, as well as it keeps the hair from knotting at the ends. I found sometimes with super textured hair that technique 1 can cause knotting or spider knots right at the end of the hair. So this kind of prevents that and still gives you the same ultimately curly kind of look that a bantu knot set will give you. Alright, so we're dry, we've slept on it overnight. So now we're going to go ahead and unravel our bantu knots. Just kind of go through and pull them out of knots. And if they're completely dry, they should pull out very easily. And as you see, they have a little spring, they bounce right on back. And then after you unravel the knots, you're going to go through and untwist the twist. And again, just like when doing a regular twist out, you don't want to use your fingernails, you want to use your fingertips because that will reduce on frizz. If you want to, as you're unraveling, you can use some type of serum, not a lot, like literally a dime size amount rubbed on your fingertips, and go through and unravel the twist. So now that I've unraveled the back, I'm just going through and pulling it apart, fluffing it a little bit. Remember, using just my fingertips and being extremely gentle because I don't want to cause any frizz at all. Just kind of fluffing so that this style can become a little bigger. Bantu knots definitely make your hair seem a lot shorter than what it is. So don't be like frightened when you first do it, like, oh my gosh, my hair looks so short. That's kind of what they're supposed to do. You have a lot of texture going on, so it's definitely going to shrink your hair. So if you are a person who's like, I don't like shrinkage, I don't want any shrinkage in my hair, this just might not be the style for you. Okay, so I am done taking out all the bantu knots that I use technique number 2 on. As you can see, it's really curly, it's really bouncy, it's very textured and defined. So now I'm going to take out the 4 bantu knots that I did technique number 1 on. As you can see, they still bounce back and spring back just like the others did. And with this, to unravel this technique of bantu knots, you just untwist them and separate them with your fingers. It's a little quicker than, you know, untwisting and then separating the twist and all of that. So that's all you have to do. Essentially, when you put them next to each other, they look pretty much the same. You can't really tell which had technique 1 and which had technique 2. It's just kind of up to you on which one you feel more comfortable with. Like I said, I just prefer to use technique 2 because it keeps me from getting spider knots, but either way you get the same amount of curl and definition with either one. So here is technique number 1's coil, and here is technique number 2's coil. So go ahead, try both and see which one you like better. You might like technique number 1 or technique number 2. Either way, as you can see, you still get very defined coils. Now I'm going through and just lifting my hair from my root to try to stand it up a little bit because it is extremely compact. And you can do this with your fingers or with a wide tooth comb, and I'm actually going to use a wide tooth comb off camera just to kind of stand it up a little bit more. So now that I have my hair all fluffed, I'm going to kind of part it a little bit and work those coils to the front, you know, just style it, sass it up just a little bit. And of course, no style is complete without getting your edges together. And I'm using Curls Blueberry Bliss holding gel. I'm just going to put a little bit on my little old toothbrush here. And smooth down my edges. No matter how great your style looks, if you have wild edges, it just kind of doesn't look as good. Just gonna work that in on my edges, and I'm also gonna kind of do it on my part just to kind of define the part a little bit more, because my hair is so light that you can't really see my part that great. So I'm gonna kind of smooth that down just a little bit. So that's really about it. I'm all fluffed and I'm pretty satisfied with how my coils came out. So if you like this style, you want to see more styles and keep up with what I'm doing, make sure you follow me on Instagram at bstokestyling, and be sure to go visit my website www.bstokestyling.com. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.